Alright, so let's begin. We're going to be trying Return to Night of the Zealot with Mark Harrigan for the QuarantineCon 2020 event that Rite of Seeking has organized for the Arkham horror community. Um, I'll just quickly go over the deck that I built for this. Let's see if I can pull it up really quickly. Here's Mark Harrigan. I'm going for stockpile, wait for results, and hand washing. Stockpile is when you draw a card you already have in your hand outside of your opening hand and mulligan. You have to shuffle that back into your deck without redrawing. Wait for results is the first two turns. Uh, you can't gather clues. And hand washing is that I get a free hypochondria in my deck, which is just lovely because I also randomed. My basic weakness is psychosis, so I kind of have to be careful for that death loop where after I take one or more damage, I take a direct horror. After I take one or more horror, I take one direct damage. So that'll be fun. Um, let's just jump right into it. Yeah, I'll explain some of my deck choices here. Primarily, like I have one, two, three, four weapons. He's got a really high base fight, and I figure if I don't get, and I also prepared for the worst. If I don't get a weapon right away, it's not a big deal. But the real thing is, Mark has trouble picking up clues with his base two intellect. Sophie helps him out, but there's only so many times you do that before all of a sudden Mark's pretty crippled. So I figured four weapons, each different to deal with stockpile, and a prepared for the worst should get me something I need when I need it. Two flashlights, that's just a solo staple for me. I always bring flashlights unless I'm a seeker, I guess. Hallowed Mirror, I figured a couple of extra healing things might let me leverage Sophie a bit better. Two allies, Guard Dog and Tetsuo. Tetsuo is like another version of finding things, but also a bit of soak. And also lets me get something back from my discard if I've removed it, like a flashlight. If I use this active desperation I included. A single something worth fighting for because I don't know, I find fives pretty low, and between Tetsuo and Guard, it's not really a whole ton of sanity, so maybe just one copy of this. If nothing else, it's a willpower icon in the deck. Like I said, active desperation. It's probably for hawking flashlights, but you never know when you might need to hawk a 45 for a big boost or something like that. Single emergency cache. Uh, as I already said, a lot of singletons to deal with stockpile, so I don't accidentally overdraw. Now I'm starting to get into some two times. I'm going with interrogate because like every enemy in Return of the Night of the Zealot is a humanoid, like forever, except for the rats, I think. So I figure this might be a cool way to like leverage the fact that Mark is absolute dog shit at picking up clues with tests of intellect. So you know, it might be tricky. It might not go over so well, but we'll see what happens. I've also got On the Hunt two times. That's kind of trying to get me between these two cards. I should be able to like get to a location with a clue, like reveal some locations with clues, walk away from them, and then hunt at my next location with a clue, and then just be like, give me the fucking knowledge. So that's what I'm hoping for. Single prepared for the worst. I spoke about that. Scene of the crime. I mean, if this is not working and if my flashlight's not working, that'll pick up a clue for me for $2. 2 second wind. I had emergency aids at first, but then I was kind of like, I don't need to heal two for one action, uh, and have it be able to target an ally as well. Like I'll just take this and have an extra card draw and cycle through my deck even faster. To shortcut. That's just kind of that's I just I like moving. Single daring, single guts, single overpower, single take the initiative, signature, unexpected courage, two vicious blows. Just because I think there's a couple of 3 hit point guys in here, and like the ghoul priest, you want to be able to deal with him. And like I said, I got that hypochondria, psychosis, death spiral. So let's hop into it. I've set up a couple cameras. There's gonna be one camera here on my hand and player card, another camera here in the player area, act deck, agenda deck, campaign log, and this stuff. So I'm not gonna bother reading the story. I've read this 100 times. I've played this scenario a lot. Uh, and I don't think that Return of the Night of the Zealot actually adds any different story aside from what's here on these. So for now, what's going on is the same. The mysterious gateway. As you leap to investigate, the door to your study vanishes before your eyes, leaving behind a strange gateway to another part of your house. There must be a reason why this is happening. So I have 3 turns before what's going on advances, and I need to get 3 clues to and be standing in the guest hall to advance. So take a quick look at the map. I'm up in my study. I've been investigating the strange events occurring in Arkham for several months. My desk is a mess. And as the scenario begins, boom. The door to your study has vanished, leaving in its wake a gateway to another part of your house. There's a cool ability here that lets you just draw some cards, which is really nice for one of those. What was it called again? One second. Waiting for results is that I can just kind of stand there and draw 3 cards. But fortunately, my opening hand was like crazy good. This is like exactly what I wanted in my opening hand. So maybe the emergency cash instead of one of these 3 would have been nice. But having the flashlight and the enchanted blade is a great start. So we'll just go ahead with that. The guest hall. Somehow you've ended up in a completely different part of your house. So that's there. I know I have my bathroom and my bedroom, and I've already randomized the act and cellar for later on in the scenario, so we'll just kind of keep those off to the side. So yeah, here I am. I've already taken my mulligan. I kind of did that off camera. So we start in the investigation phase. I have 3 actions. I think that this is just going to be playing the stuff I've got, and probably let's see, playing the stuff I've got and either taking a resource or a draw. I'm going to take the resource because Mark just draws so damn much. So I'll take that resource. That'll be the enemy phase. There are no enemies. Upkeep phase. Ready all my actions. Ready all my exhausted cards. Draw a card and gain a resource. Cool. And then we'll go to the Mythos phase. Oops. Go to the Mythos phase. So we'll advance the agenda once. And then we will draw an encounter card. Still getting used to those camera angles. Oh, I didn't shuffle this. 1 second. I'll discard that. Go back. Yeah, all those chill from belows are on top if you don't shuffle. The ghoul from the depths spawns in the bathroom. So he is going to go into play in the bathroom, which is, whoops, which one is it? This one? Yeah, so he's there. He's got retaliate, but he's not a hunter. So that's kind of nice. I get a little bit of time to come deal with him. 4 health, 3, and 2, and he's a victory point as well. Tearing its way out of the floor, a crazed beast emerges from the tunnels below. Its eyes are red with hunger and hate. Cool. So I'll probably get to go deal with him pretty soon. I don't know if I really want to be using Interrogate on him, because I kind of need to kill him too, right? Like, I guess I could walk out here and shortcut in and then do the Interrogate. But he might just end up getting killed instead. So let's come back to my player card. That was the Mythos phase. I'll do my investigation phase. So what I was really thinking is, since I can't gather clues this turn anyways, I might just play this Hollowed Mirror, get one of these in my deck, shuffle up, and then do my double draw. The other option is instead to walk out and maybe take a resource and kind of be sitting a bit prettier with the resources. So I think it's going to be Hollowed Mirror, which search my bonded cards for 3 copies, add 1 to my hand, shuffle the other 2 into my deck. So those go away and get shuffled. That's action 1, 2 resources. Action 2, you know what? I'm happy with the amount of cards in hand. I'm going to draw a card when I play my Soothing Melody eventually. When I start taking damage, I'm going to draw cards as well. I'm going to take a resource and walk out into the hallway there. So, whoops. Take 1 resource and walk out into the guest hall, which investigators in this location cannot take draw actions. How did you end up here? Cool, 1 trap. So we'll go back to my investigator. Enemy phase. There's he doesn't have hunter, so nothing happens then. Upkeep. Ready everything. Draw a card, gain a resource. Cool, I got On the Hunt, so that's kind of nice. But between Interrogate and On the Hunt doing its thing, but I'm a little short on resources for it, and also I'm not at a location with a clue, so I won't get like the good value out of it. But I also do have a shortcut, so I could like shortcut in and Interrogate or something if a guy spawns now. So that's Upkeep, Mythos. Go back up here, put that Doom out. One more until this advances. Hopefully we don't get an advancing thing. Oh yeah, there it is. One doom on the current agenda. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance. So that just happens. Go back up here. Boom. And I must either discard a card at random or take 2 horror. I think I'm going to be discarding a card at random because Mark can get in a really bad way if he takes too much horror. The other option is just playing the Soothing Melody to heal the 2 horror right away, and I kind of prefer that because it replaces itself. So let's do the 2 horror. We'll call that a day. 7 turns for the next Rise of the Ghouls. The floor beneath me is giving way, and my house is suddenly a graveyard. So now that we're kind of sitting pretty for this turn, we'll take a look at the map again. Do I want to like shortcut, interrogate, and then just fight him a bunch? I'm up pretty high over him. There's a good chance that that could work. The only thing is that I'm kind of risking, if I do that, you know, what happens when my enchanted blade misses. What'll he hit me for, right? He'll hit me for 1-on-1. It's not a big deal. I can wait for the Soothing Melody to turn. Fine. So let's do exactly that. Let's call this playing shortcut to scoot myself in, at which point he engages with me. And then I'll try this interrogate out. So 1, 2. I'm at 5. The test is 3 plus 1 for his damage value, so it's a 5 to 4. And I will commit this unexpected courage for +2. So I'll be up 7 to 4. There is a -4 in the bag, so you know what? I'm just going to trigger Sophie to take a damage and get +2 to that as well. So I'll be like 9 to 4. I just really want to get those 2 clues. So there, that's successful. Come up here. Oops, come up here. Oh, I didn't do that, sorry. I forgot to reveal the bathroom as I walked in. But that's successful, so I'll get that clue and that clue. And they'll come down with me. Whee. That was action 1. Action 2, I'm going to start fighting with this enchanted blade. So let's turf that to charge. I'm at a base of 5. This gives me +2 when I use the charge, so I'm at 7 to 3. So that's as high as I need to get. Cultist token. Let's check really quickly what that does. -1 if you fail, take a horror. And unfortunately, I revealed the cultist in the bathroom, so I lose all the remaining actions and end my turn. But I do hit him for 2 damage. So, oh, and I drew a card when I took that damage as well. Hopefully that's not something shitty. Okay, cool. So we'll put that out there. Put that away. That's me. And then it's going to be the enemy phase. This is limit once per phase. My reaction. So when he attacks me for 1-on-1, which is going to go boom, boom, I'm going to choose to draw another card. Oh, my other interrogate. Cool. That's good to have early. And that exhausts him to attack. But once we go to upkeep, everything readies anyway. So ready actions. He unexhausts. I draw a card and gain a resource. And we're doing okay. This is fine. This is not the hugest problem. There have been worse problems. I forgot to clear the Doom when I advanced the agenda earlier. So 1 up, and come back to myself for my encounter card. Rotting Remains. Test 3, for each point you fail by, take 1 horror. So I'm already sitting kind of rough on health here. I don't really want to just instantly die to this, so I guess I take a damage for Sophie and draw a card with it because it's the Mythos phase to get +2 to my skill value for this skill test. And now I'm pretty sure that the way that this works is you get the fast triggered ability to use, and then you commit cards, and then another fast triggered ability. So I guess I should have been a bit more explicit that was how I was going to use it, but let's commit this guts to it as well. So I'll be like 7 to 3, unless I auto fail. I'm pretty good shape. Yeah, I succeeded that by a crazy amount. So that just goes away, and Guts is going to trigger to draw me a card as well. Oh, second win. There you go. Look at that. Unfortunately, he's engaged with me, so that's not going to be able to play first action. But maybe it'll come up. It'll come up soon. Oh, whoops! I forgot to discard this earlier. So that's the Mythos phase, investigation phase. Let's do this other enchanted blade. As much as I really don't want to draw another nasty token and end my turn, I kind of have to go for it. So he's dead. That kills him. And let's send him up to the... Oh, I didn't make a view for this. I'll just scroll over. Send him up to the victory display. That's fine. So I got a victory point already. So that was my first action. Second action, I think I'm going to throw this emergency cache in play to go 1, 2, 3 for my resources. And I really like with Mark, let's see, I got to make it to that bedroom pretty soon, but I really like with Mark to have this this guard dog available. Just because that free damage is so sweet. So let's do that. 2, 3. Oh, bit of a lag spike there. So that's my investigation. No enemies. Upkeep. Let's draw a card and gain a resource. And those are ready. So, a new Doom. Come back down here, draw a card. The Zealot Seal. Each investigator with 3 or fewer cards in hand must take 1 damage and horror. Each investigator with 4 cards in hand tests 2. Each investigator who fails must discard 2 cards at random from his or her hand. I think I just go into this 3 to 1, 3 to 2 rather. It's not a huge deal if I lose 2 of these, and like, it would suck to lose the Soothing Melody, I suppose, but I guess if I don't lose both of them, I'm probably in pretty decent shape, so I'll just test that. -1. There you go. It's even, so I succeed on that. And you go away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually spend 1 for my second wind, first action, to heal 2, and then draw a card. That's nice. And I think we're going to move out. So move second action and move third action, which brings me into the bedroom. After you fail a skill test while investigating, discard 1 card at random from your hand. So fortunately it's Shroud 2. Got that flashlight in hand. It was move. I'll be able to get rid of that. I haven't been tracking this. So that was my investigation phase. Enemy phase, no enemies in play. Upkeep. Let's draw a card, gain a resource, and ready. And then we go back to Mythos phase. So, Doom. Come back, draw a card. Oh, there's the Icy Ghoul. Now, the location up here has forced when an enemy attempts to spawn in a location that is not in play, where he spawns in the cellar, I believe. Put that location into play and spawn that enemy there. So technically the cellar is in play now. The attic is not. But we'll grab the Icy Ghoul. He is the cellar, right? Yeah, he is the cellar. Victory 1, 2 damage, so he's really not great for my interrogates. That's actually a pretty tough. That's 5 to 5 right off the bat. But he is a victory point, so it would be nice to clean him up if we can. And I know towards the end they all start kind of bum rushing the end, and you gotta fight the Doom against them. So we don't wanna leave him any longer than we have to. Also 3 fights, not that tough to kill for us. So first action, I'm just gonna try the flashlight right off the bat, which is successful because it's at 0. But what is this? If there's a ghoul at your location, take 1 damage. That doesn't happen. So we'll put that back. We'll come get this clue. Boom. And we can advance the mysterious gateway in the guest hall now. But do we want to? No, we don't want to. I would like to get rid of this horror from myself. So I will use Soothing Melody to heal 2 horror. And I believe it also draws a card. Yep. Draw a card. For every 2 damage on you, take 1 horror. Cool. Well, goodbye, Shell Shock. So that was action 1 and 2. We're in the investigation phase. And I guess it's about time to just keep going. This act and agenda is moving along pretty quick, so let's get out of here. Okay, that's that. Enemy phase. I'm pretty sure he doesn't do anything, but I'll just do a quick double check. He doesn't do anything during the enemy phase. So upkeep phase is 1 draw. Sorry, ready all the actions. Psychosis comes into play. Gotta get rid of that pretty quickly. I don't like having that in a resource. Don't like having that though. That's always a bad one. Ooh, is that 2 in a row? 2 in a row. Rough. But it's bound to happen. Mythos phase. We go to Doom. It's 4 out of 7, and then encounter card. Rats. Fine, fine, fine. The one thing that's really nice about rats is that I can just kind of ignore it and take a damage on the chin with this guard dog. And then I can also take a draw out of it. So like that's what I really like about guard dog. This is like the easiest thing to have dealt with. So let's... Only investigators in the guest hall may spend the requisite number of clues to advance. So let's advance. Now that we're in the guest hall, we'll spend our clues. I will say that those are just deleted. And we'll advance this act deck. The layout of your home is vastly different from its usual structure. Somehow your guest hall seems to have looped around on itself, and you are stuck with no way to enter the main hallway near the front of the house. You notice that the wall between the guest bedroom and the bathroom is rotted and stained with what appears to be blood. Old blood. With no other way to proceed, you have no choice but to bust through the weak, rotted hole. Put into play the set-aside hole in the wall location. Alright, let's go find that. There you are. Choose an investigator in the guest hall. The chosen investigator immediately moves into the hole in the wall and reveals it. Okay, so I'll move in and reveal it. After you reveal it, put aside the set aside attic, cellar, and parlor locations into place. So let's grab the parlor really quickly as well. Nope, that is not the parlor. That is not the parlor. That is the parlor. So I believe the parlor goes here, and these go here and here. And then we'll go back and continue resolving the act. Then he or she must test 4 willpower. For each point the investigator fails by, he or she must discard a card at random from his or her hand. Okay. Am I really married to many of these cards? Not really. But I also I don't really want to discard like that many of them. So I'll use Sophie to get like +2 to this. Will be 5 to 4 instead of 3 to 4, and then I'll just pull on that. A skull. Skull is -X is the number of ghouls enemies at your location, so it's -0. So I do succeed, but I did take a horror, and and I took that horror. I'll have taken a card draw as well. Act of desperation to huck this blade once it's empty. If I get another weapon, that'll be really good. So that's the mythos. Sorry, no, that was me turning in my clues for the act deck. So I've still got a full turn ahead of me here. I think what I'm going to do, where I can't really kill the icy ghoul like right this minute, what I'd like to do is I'm going to take a walk up into the attic, which is going to trigger an attack of opportunity from the rats. So I declare my move. The rats attack me, which puts a single damage on the guard dog. And when that enemy attack deals damage to guard dog, it deals a damage to the rats. So he's dead. And when that got placed... no, I already took a damage this round with Sophie, so I don't get another card draw. And then the move resolves. After you enter the attic, take 1 horror. Alright, well, that's the way she goes. And after I take a horror, I also take a direct damage. So I think I will be getting rid of the psychosis so that I don't accidentally get myself into a hypochondria, psychosis, death spiral. I probably should have taken the attack of opportunity on that, but oh well, that's me forgetting a location, how it works. But this is really good. I can clear that in 2 actions with this flashlight, assuming that I am able to get it. And yeah, that's not too bad. So that's the investigation phase. Enemy phase, that ghoul does nothing. Upkeep, same as always. There we go. Home front. That'll be really useful. Take a damage off me. Okay, so that is the upkeep phase. Mythos phase, 5 out of 7, and then encounter cards. Rotting Remains. Test 3 for each point you fail by, take 1 horror. Geez, this is getting pretty dicey, isn't it? I don't like that too much. Let's see what I've got in hand that I can commit to this. Do I have much in hand I can commit to this? No. I've got 1 icon on shortcut, so I guess Sophie is dealing another damage to me, but I really got to be careful about this, because, yeah. Let's deal another damage to me with Sophie. I'll get to 5 to 3. Ooh. So that's 1 to 3, so that's 2 horror. Ouch. That is rough. I do have the hypochondria in there. I guess I can start trying to draw a little more aggressively. I'll draw a card from Sophie. No, I will not draw a card from Sophie. Yes, I will draw a card from Sophie. My mistake, yes. But that is my card for the Mythos phase. I think I'm gonna take one and then say goodbye to my guard dog, because that's rough. That's really low. But I do have this turn ahead of me of easy clues. I guess I should be using On the Hunt. It's a mistake not to have used On the Hunt sometime recently to get some good encounters out I can deal with very easily. But I'll do that next turn, I suppose. Let's play Tetsuo. Get some more Horror Soak into play. What have I got in here? Are there any items in here that I've got? There's no items in here, but I might be able to get something, my next gun, out of my deck if he dies. So that's good. That's that action. And then I think I'm just going to do 2 flashlight attempts. First flashlight attempt is successful. Second flashlight attempt is successful. So I'll grab those. 1, 2. There they are. That is my investigation phase complete. The enemy phase, that ghoul still does nothing. Upkeep phase is a draw and a resource. Vicious Blow. There we go. So between like the Enchanted Blade, the Home Front, and the Vicious Blow, I can kill that Icy Ghoul in one hit, but I really kind of want to save those for the Ghoul Priest. It'd be really nice to just walk in and have him die. But I can pretty freely Act of Desperation on the next enemy that shows up with this flashlight, and then Tetsuo can like get it back. If that's a thing I want to do, I'm not sure. We'll see. But anyways, that's the upkeep phase. Mythos phase. One more before the turn, before this flips over and we start getting pretty nasty stuff going on. And I think that I kind of am in a position where I have to do an On the Hunt just to like get an easy Mythos card. So I'll do an On the Hunt. When I would draw an encounter card, instead search the top 9 cards for an enemy, spawn it engaged with me instead of its normal spawn location, and shuffle the encounter deck. So let's look at the top 9. I'll just do a search and I'll just say this is the top 9 up here. Oh, I could spawn that Flesh Eater and deal with him. He spawns on me. That'd be a victory point. But like I said, I think that what I need to go for is the sure thing. Because I'm struggling a little bit here on my health total. So let's go for the wow. Let's go for that Grave Eater. As much as I'd like to kill him. No, you know what? I don't want him showing up later. We're gonna get that Flesh Eater and we're gonna get that victory point is what we're gonna do. So he spawns in front. He spawns engaged with me. What am I doing? Put that away. He spawns engaged with me. That's the Mythos phase. Investigation phase. Oh, this is all ready as well. So I could like do a dumb like kill him with Enchanted Blade, Vicious Blow, Home Front thing. But what I might do instead is like Act of Desperation, my flashlight, and then use the last Enchanted Blade charge, and that way I can kind of go find the rest of my stuff in my deck. I've only got 15 cards left, and 3 of my weapons are in there, and my Prepared for the Worst. So like I'm gonna see it pretty soon. Plus, this using this Act of Desperation and Enchanted Blade and Flashlight and Enchanted Blade seems pretty good to me. So let's go first with the Act of Desperation. It is an additional cost to play it. Choose and discard an item card that takes up a hand slot from my hand. So that's +2 to my attack. You get +2 and deal +1 damage. And if I succeed, I get +2 resources back. So there's that. That will put me at 7 to his 4, which isn't the greatest, but I'm happy enough with it, I believe. That seems okay to me. I could also put this daring in just to get past that -4 hump, but that seems like a bit of a waste. I'm just going to go for the -3. Oh, auto fail. Rough. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to go with like my backup plan, which was to just go all in on this Enchanted Blade hit. So let's just do that. Let's go Enchanted Blade, +1 damage, +1 damage, and then move a damage if it's successful. Bam. Alright, so move a damage, 2 damage from Enchanted Blade, 4th damage from Vicious Blow, and he is toast. So we'll throw him in our victory pile as well. Get over here. There we go. So that's 2 victory on lock, and I believe I have a 3rd one on this attic. So that's kind of nice. 3 victories. Nice thing to have locked down this early. But we are about to advance, and that's going to be nasty. So what I would like to have is another card in hand, because I need to get a new weapon out to be dealing multiple damage per hit. So let's do a draw. Overpower will get me there. Enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep, that's ready actions. Draw a card. Something worth fighting for. Ooh, that could help. I'm pretty low on health, or on my horror right now, my sanity right now. So that's in my hand. And let's get this Mythos phase over with. So the agenda deck advances. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Discard from the top of the encounter deck until a ghoul is discarded. I draw that enemy. So. Oh, that's nice to have discarded. That's nice to have discarded. That's really nice to have discarded. Oh man, I am liking these. And I draw this. So he does end up at his spawn location. It doesn't like I draw that enemy. I don't automatically engage it or anything. Oh, and this is all gone. So he's going to end up at the bedroom. Behind the door to your closet, a creature finishes its meal. Its appetite insatiable, it quickly turns to you. So he's going to be, I'm going to have to deal with him pretty soon, but not right this second. Whoops, there we go. And that's, yeah, I get attacked by a ghoul. You hear a crazed howl outside, and suddenly all the creatures turn their attention to that sound. They rush to escape the house, breaking down doors and clawing at everything in their way. At the end of the enemy phase, each unengaged ghoul enemy moves 1 location to the parlor. At the end of the round, place 1 doom on this agenda for each ghoul enemy in the hallway or parlor. So this is pretty bad. They're both going to be on me really quick. I need to get a weapon out that I can kill them with. And it needs to be a pretty good one. So, unfortunately, I still need another clue to get into the next part. And that was just the Doom advancing. I haven't drawn an encounter card yet, so let's see what we get. Obscuring Fog, +2 Shroud to my location. Nice. That is a much needed respite. So, how are we gonna unbury ourselves from this? I'm pretty sure I have to stand around here waiting for a weapon, which is bad because I'm pretty sure I only get 1 turn of this Icy Ghoul moving there and then again into the parlor, and then he's breaking the way out of the house. So let's go first. The other option is to like intentionally start getting hit, like go walk there, have him come in and hit me with Tetsuo out and kill Tetsuo to get a weapon back. That's an option. Let me take a look at the timing on this. At the end of the enemy phase, so he'll move in after he would have attacked, after the attack would happen. So I can't like rely on him like huntering me basically. Now, however, the Corpse Hungry Ghoul is also going to be walking in here because he's going to hunter and then move in at the end of the phase. So if I am here, both of them will be engaged with me at the start of my turn. And I need like a Vicious Blow for him and a good weapon for him to be able to deal 3 in 1 hit and 2 in 2 hits. So right now it's digging for a weapon. Draw a card. Vicious Blow, halfway there. I don't have enough money right now to pay for a weapon, even if I get it. So what might happen is next turn I walk in with Tetsuo, engage both of them. But I need a weapon desperately. Yeah, I need a weapon pretty desperately. This 12 cards left has 3 weapons and a prepared for the worst in it. Let's do another draw. On the hunt. Not good. Not good. I could walk in and just like beat on them with the Chain of Blade for a while, but I'm like not really great on life. It's not going to work. But I could like Vicious Blow, Overpower, Daring. Like I got really good chance to hit. So maybe I can just take my time. I don't know. I can shortcut in as well so I can get an extra hit on the turn that I do walk in inevitably. And obviously, if I'm going to be killing one of them first, it's going to be this fun-loving fellow that does 2 and 2 instead of this guy that does 2 and 1. So, whoops, I didn't mean to flip that. I must have done that by accident. I just saw what was on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, fine, whatever. That's my bad. That's my bad for doing that. That's my punishment, is that it gets to stay on the bottom instead of me shuffling. Last action, I think the only thing to really do is grab a resource and deal with the fact that I'm going to have to discard one of these cards, which isn't really the biggest problem in the world. It's just kind of a pain in the ass. But I got to take a resource because if I have 45 does get drawn, I want to be able to play it, shortcut in, and do some cool stuff. So we'll do that as our last action. That's the investigation. So the enemy phase happens. When the enemy phase happens, the hunter moves. They take swings. And then because of this, at the end of the round, they move towards the parlor. So, whoops. So we'll go move, move. Please don't do that. It's pretty bad. And then I do my end of round stuff for the upkeep, which is ready, draw, gain a resource, and check hand size. I think I'm going to be getting rid of this interrogate. It's not going to be getting me 2 clues anymore. So that's all that there really is to that. And I don't have that location revealed to get the clues from it anyways. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand, which is the hand size down here. Discard down to 8. Mythos phase. End of round occurs, in which case I believe 2 doom goes on this, which is pretty bad. Yeah, 2 doom. And then the Mythos phase begins, in which 1 doom, 3 out of 10, draw an encounter card. Rotting Remains. Ooh, if that kills Tetsuo, at least I might get a weapon. I'm going to get a weapon. So, I'm actually going to go even on this. I think. -2. So it's exactly 2. Yeah, that's going to be goodbye Tetsuo. But I'll search the top 9 cards, so I'm not going to get that Colt, but I can get the Survival Knife or the automatic, which I think I got to take that automatic, don't I? Yeah, that automatic's going into hand. And then that gets shuffled. And that goes away. So, a bit different than how I thought this was going to go. So let's play that automatic first. Comes in play with 4 ammo. I think I got to move in there this turn. And I'm going to have to Vicious Blow that Corpse-Hungry Ghoul to kill him in 1 hit. And then Icy Ghoul is going to put me in a bad way. Yeah, that's rough. So I think what I'm going to have to do is Soothing Melody first, which is going to heal me 2 horror, I believe. And I'll draw a card from that. Oh, I hope that's not my weakness. Yeah, there it is. After you take 1 more damage, take a direct horror. Oof. Yeah, it's not working out this time, but that's okay. We're going to have to just roll with it here. Shortcut, choose an investigator at your location, move. It doesn't take an action, so I'm going to have to move in here and engage both of these guys, which is not good. This, unfortunately, this Icy Ghoul is going to put me right back up to some nasty, nasty horror values. And I'm going to have to rely on this last action semi-automatic, 45 automatic fire. I'll be at 6 to 4, and then that'll be 7 to 4, and I really got to get over that threshold of the -4 and be 9 to 4. Occultist. What is that again? If you fail, take a horror, -1. So it is successful. I do kill him. It is a victory point that goes up on the display. That's kind of nice. Just occurred to me that I've not been checking for stockpile. Really hoping I haven't drawn any of my duplicates. Just do a quick look through this to kind of get a feel for if I had two things of the same card in my hand at the same time. I don't feel like I have. If I have, feel free to yell at me. That's fine. I don't mind getting yelled at. It's not a big deal. So he is gonna. Oh, and I draw a card for my overpower, which I'm doing because I don't have any weaknesses left. Get my survival knife into play. I could probably play over my enchanted blade with that. But unfortunately, I'm kind of like low on everything, so that's not really that useful. That other soothing melody would have been a lot nicer to see. So that's the end of my investigation phase. Mark is done. Enemy phase. He's going to attack me for 2. 5 or more damage on him. Flip Sophie, unfortunately. 4 less. Get -1 to each of my skills. And a horror. And when I take a damage, I take a horror. But when he did that damage to me, I do draw a card at least. So I got to take the initiative for next turn. That's kind of nice if a nasty encounter card comes up. But that's him. I ready up. I draw a card, and I gain a resource. Lovely. Seeing that in the very last bit's nice and fun, but maybe this should have been a 2 of. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, why wouldn't I play this when I get it? Yeah, that should have been a 2 of. That's something that I should have had 2 of. That's fine. So I gotta get unburied from Sophie because it's all my fault. But first, I need to deal with this icy ghoul. But even more first, I need to add a doom to the agenda for flipping the round counter. And I need to add a doom at the start of the Mythos phase. And then I need to draw an encounter card. Crypt Chill. Test 4. If you fail, choose and discard an asset you control. Well, I'm just testing that blank. -1, but I just discard this enchanted blade. That's an easy choice. So, how do I deal with him? That's going to be a couple shots. So, 45 auto. Going to get daring into that. Nope. Nope. I'm not doing daring into that. What am I talking about? That's silly. That's silly. Why would I put daring into that first when I could do take the initiative first? The thing is, take the initiative saves me from like dying to a random encounter card. I guess I could take a quick look in this to see how many rotting remains are left. I think there's 1 rotting remains left in here. There's also a Crypt Chill left, so like, I don't know. Might be a little dicey to use this, take the initiative on this guy, but this is an extra victory point, and if I fail, like, it's just victory points. So let's go with that. Yeah, let's take that shot. I already spent that ammo. I have -1 to all my skills, but I'm already at. But that puts me at 5 with this, and then another 3 with this is 8 to 3. So like that's good. Yeah. So that's a hit for 2. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with daring and risk the fact that if he hits me with this, I'm pretty sure I die. Wait, do I do that? No, I don't think I do that. That's kind of silly to do. But what I will do is I'll commit some things. So I'm going to commit this on the hunt because I really don't. Drawing enemies right now is like. I guess I could draw a rat and just punch it, and that's probably fine. So what does this put me at? I'm at 5 when I use my gun. Let's put the ammo back on so I don't lose track of where I'm at. Undo the action really quickly. I'm at 5 when I use my gun to 3. I can go up like 1 with this prepared the worst and be 6 to 3, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm actually okay with that. Yeah, let's conserve the scene for the crime to see if I can get that last clue. And we'll commit this prepared for the worst to get up 6 to 3. -1. Okay, so he does die. Unfortunately, this hypochondria is still in play. 1 more turn. God, I'd love to clear that. That is like the worst thing to be there. Up to 4 victory points, 5 victory points on the location. That's nice. Last action. I think I have to take a resource so that I can think I have to take a resource so that I can either like survival knife to get another option into play to fight the ghoul priest, or so that I can see another crime in the cellar to even keep going. Unfortunately, so yeah, let's take that resource. Enemy phase occurs. No one in play. It's still hanging out there. Upkeep phase. Ready my actions. Unexhaust. Draw a card. There's the Colt. Gain a resource. I could get that into play. Unfortunately, the Ghoul Priest has retaliate, so Colt's pretty bad once I'm at this hit point total. Did I ever get my second wind? I would love to draw that. God, I would love to draw that. And my Soothing Melody. Maybe I do a draw, see if I get the Soothing Melody or something like that, and if I don't, just get rid of this Hypochondria. This is getting pretty dicey. So Mythos phase. Fortunately, end of the round, no ghouls. The other option is to grab a rat with this on the hunt, and I think I kind of have to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to see if I can get a rat with this. Ooh, no. Let's check really quick. How many did I discard? Did I discard 2 rats? I did discard 2 rats. I think there's only a third one in there. 1 card out of 18 in the top 9. Oof. I don't know how I like those odds. Not very much. Not very much at all. But unfortunately, I kind of feel like I have to. Because I can just deal with it in 1 action. Try and get out of this death, -1 to all my skills and not looking pretty on my health. Let me take a quick think about this. So I need to go like move, investigate, move to advance this, right? I need to like move scene of the crime and walk back. So like that's like 3 actions that I need to do just to have a chance at getting out of here. And then I also need to kill the Ghoul Priest or somehow leave with this daring when I only have 2 to agility. Parlaying Lita and leaving, or just leaving, is going to be like really tough. Okay. I don't think I can risk this on the hunt. Well, I guess I have all the victory point guys out of there. So like the worst I'm going to get is that 2 hit point guy. Yeah, I think I got to use the on the hunt actually. So I'll do the on the hunt and look at the top 9. Oh, my psychosis isn't supposed to be in there. Whoopsies. Let's shuffle that really quickly and throw him up here. Whoops, my mistake. Okay. So the Swarm of Rats is there, and that's good. The Grave Readers were there as well, but I'm going to take that Swarm of Rats, and he's going to engage with me. So I think what has to happen is I have to punch it up 4-1, which is successful. That's what, take a horror if I fail it, -1? -1 if you fail, take a horror. No, I don't fail, so I discard it. And I think I gotta get rid of this, otherwise I'm just toast. That will straight up kill me. So that's gonna be my entire investigation phase. Enemy phase, nothing. Upkeep, draw, scene of the crime, ready, and resource. And then back to the Mythos phase. No ghouls, but I do get another 1 and 1. Did I shuffle that? I don't remember. Test 2, 2-2. Each investigator who fails must discard 2 cards at random from their hand. Ooh, there we go. Successful. Nice. Oh, man. Okay, that's a big relief. That's a really big relief. I think that I have to move. Put the set aside deep below your house location into play. I don't think I want to get that. Scene of the crime. To just hey, what was the shroud there? 2. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Scene of the crime to get the clue. So move scene of the crime to get the clue. And last action, I think I'm going to draw and get that soothing melody. There we go. Whew. This is dicey, but I think I might have got out of it. It's hard to say. We'll see. Enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep is a draw, flashlight, and a resource. I am really running out of time here. I've got 2 turns. This could be bad. Yeah, the Acolyte of Umardhoth. So what can I do? Fewest cards in hand. Oh, the price, whatever. Prey doesn't matter. 1/1. While engaged with an investigator with no cards in his or her hand, he cannot be evaded. That's really rough. Just because I'm only at 5 right now, and I'd have to like commit a daring to really get a good chance at it. I think I'm gonna die here. I'm pretty sure that Mark's getting defeated in his home. Unfortunately, I did get a little locked up here, and I really just wasn't going fast enough. But that's okay. That's okay. I think I've done a good job getting up some victory points, so maybe the next scenario will be a little better off. But what I can try to like daring, move in, like daring evade, move, and then like do a soothing melody, and then at the end of the round spawn that Ghoul Priest and just try to wallop him. And I you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? But I think that's kind of what I'm going to go for. So let's try the daring. Do I have any agility in hand? No. I do have 1 on the soothing melody, but I kind of need that to heal myself. So let's see what happens. I'm going to do the daring. I'm at 2 to 2, and the daring is going to put me +3 up. So, oh, I thought I was only going to be +2 up. Okay, that's a bit better. I like that. And he does gain alert, so he'll just like kick the shit out of me if I fail this, which I don't. So he gets put at the location, exhausted, for first action. And I do get to draw a card, which is kind of nice. Unfortunately, this is going to make me not very happy. I'm going to move up to the hallway, and I'm going to play the Soothing Melody, which is going to heal me to, I think this goes like this, and then this is all going to happen, and then it's going to go in the discard. So pretty sure that's right. Heal me 1 damage and 1 horror, I believe is what I'm going to do, because that's going to flip Sophie back over. And unfortunately, this is going to shuffle and deal me a horror, and I will draw a card. That is something I needed. I don't know if it's going to get me out of this shitty situation, but it might. There's a chance, I'd say. So, when the round ends, nope, the round has not ended. So, that's my turn. That was the investigator phase. The enemy phase happens, and at the end of the enemy phase, what does this do again? Each unengaged ghoul enemy moves 1 location towards the parlor. Oh no, it's not ready as well? Oh, so this guy's going to be on me the whole time. That's okay. That's okay. So he moves to the parlor. Oh, does the game just end? At the end of the round, place a doom, and then the doom... Yeah, okay. So I just ran out of time. Yeah, I didn't understand how that worked. Well, that's fine. That's fine. So we're gonna advance through the... when this happens, they're getting out. The ground begins to shake, and you see claws rising up from the dirt as uncanny creatures desperately try to dig out of the ground all around you. When the round ends... Well, was this when the round ends as well? At the end of the round or when the round ends? I have a feeling like the forest always goes first. Actually, I don't remember how that works. Oh, no, wait, but it goes up to 9, and then I can do this, and then the Mythos phase is when it rolls over. So yeah, I'll do that. The barrier blocking the passage to the parlors vanish. Reveal the parlor. And then put her into play at the parlor. Okay. So I reveal the parlor. Whoops. You can resign and she's not controlled by a player, she is that parlay. If you succeed, take control of her. If the Ghoul Priest is defeated, advanced. And then, in the Mythos phase, that occurs. Yes. Okay, cool. If the investigators are at Act 3, they barely escape with their lives, allowing the ghouls to run rampant. Each investigator who has not resigned is defeated and suffers 1 physical trauma. So let's head over here. Oopsies. Let's head over here. Record a physical trauma on Mark. And, yeah, that's it. I believe that means that I'm at, like, the no resolution state for for this. Each investigator resigned or was defeated. You barely managed to escape the house with your lives. A woman from your parlor follows you out the door, slamming it behind her. You fools, see what you've done. She pushes a chair in front of the door, lodging it beneath the doorknob. We must get out of here. Come with me, and I will tell you what I know. We are the only ones who can stop the threat that lurks beneath from being unleashed throughout the city. You're in no state to argue. Nodding, you follow the woman as she runs from your front porch out into the rainy street towards Rivertown. So my house is still standing. The Ghoul Priest is still alive. I do earn the Leah Chantler card, which is actually kind of nice, I think. And I do gain in 2 bonus experience as well. So that's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll have 7 experience to play with going into the next scenario. I'll just do that really quick, and then we'll get right into the return to Midnight Masks after a little break. Thanks for watching.